whether moral or immoral.
There is no morality or immorality in thought. There are immoral emotions.
Quite so. Now then, this is the introduction to your book, The Picture of Dorian Gray. There is no such thing as a moral or immoral book. Books are well written or badly written. That expresses your view.
My view on art, yes.
Then no matter how immoral a book may be, if it is well written, it is, in your opinion, a good book.
If it is well written so as to produce a sense of beauty.
Then a well-written book putting forward perverted moral views may be a good book.
A work of art doesn't put forward views. Views are for people.
A perverted novel might be a good book.
I don't know what you mean by a perverted novel.
Then I will suggest The Picture of Dorian Gray as being open to the interpretation of being such a book.
Only to brutes and illiterates.
The affection and love of the artist for the youth, Dorian Gray, might lead an ordinary individual to believe that it might have a certain tendency.
I have no knowledge of the views of ordinary individuals.
I propose, if I may, to quote a few passages from this book. The artist Hallard is speaking to Dorian Gray. It is quite true that I have worshipped you with far more romance than a man usually gives to a friend. I have never loved a woman. From the moment I met you, your personality had the most extraordinary influence over me. I quite admit I adored you madly, extravagantly, absurdly. Do you mean to say that that passage describes the natural feeling of one man towards another?
Dorian Gray's was a remarkable personality.
May I take it that you as an artist have never known the feeling described here?
No, it is a work of fiction.
Let us go over it phrase by phrase. I quite admit that I have adored you madly. What do you say to that? Have you ever adored a young man madly?
I've never given adoration to anyone, except myself.
I suppose you think that a very smart thing.
Not at all.
I have adored you extravagantly.
Do you mean financially?
Oh, yes, financially. Do you think that we are talking about finance?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't you? Then I hope that I shall make myself very plain before I have done. And we come now to the letter which you wrote to Lord Alfred Douglas. It begins, "My own boy." Now, why should a man of your age address a young boy, nearly 20 years younger, as my own boy?
I was fond of him. I've always been fond of him.
Did you adore him?
Oh, I like him. That's not an ordinary letter. You might as well cross-examine me as to whether a Shakespeare sonnet was improper.
Suppose a man who was not an artist had written this letter. Would you say that this was a proper letter?
A man who was not an artist wouldn't have written that letter.
Well, I can suggest for the sake of your reputation that there's nothing very wonderful in this. Those red rose-leaf lips of yours.
It largely depends on how it's read.
Your slim, gilt soul walks between passion and poetry. Is that a beautiful phrase, Mr. Wilde?
Not as you read it, Mr. Carson. You read it very badly.
I do not profess to be an artist, Mr. Wilde. And when I hear you give evidence, I'm very glad that I am not.
My lord, I don't think my learned friend should talk like that.
I suggest, Mr. Carson, that you do not air your personal opinions in this court.
It is very difficult, my lord.
Nevertheless.
Where did you first meet the man Wood, Mr. Wilde?
He came to my house. I think it was in January of 1893.
And on the same evening, you took him out to supper?
Yes.
Did you consider that he'd come to levy blackmail?
I did, and I was determined to face it.
By taking him out to supper and giving him £40?
Well, I saw that the letter was of no value, and I gave him the money after he told me a pitiful tale about being out of work.
I suggest that you had immoral relations with him first and then gave him the money.
My lord, I really must protest to my learned friend's method of questioning the witness.
I do not see that Mr. Carson is in any way out of order.
Thank you, my lord. Do you know a man named Charles Parker, Mr. Wilde?
the witness will answer the question.
Yes, he was a friend of Lord Alfred's.
And a man named Atkin.
Yes, he was a friend of Parker's.
A man named Granger.
Yes, he was a manservant of Lord Alfred's.
And Taylor, Mr. Wilde. Do you know anyone called Taylor?
Yes, I've been to parties at his house.
Were all these, with the exception of Taylor, young men of about 20?
I liked the society of young men.
Have you given money to any of them?
I may have.
Or presents? Silver cigarette case for Mr. Taylor? Gold-topped walking stick for Mr. Parker? A book for Mr. Wood inscribed to Alfred from Oscar? Did you know, Mr. Wilde, that Wood had been unemployed for 3 years, that Parker was a valet, and that the man Taylor was also out of work?
That would not have affected my friendship with them.
And yet you gave them presents and entertained them to supper on divers occasions. No doubt you drank wine and champagne.
Iced champagne is a favorite drink of mine, much against my doctor's orders.
Never mind your doctor's orders.
I never do.
And at these supper parties, your guests, no doubt, had plenty of champagne.
I didn't press them to drink.
You did not stint them.
What gentleman would stint his guests?
What gentleman would stint his valet and the groom, Mr. Wilde?
My lord, I really must protest at my learned friend's sneering remarks.
Mr. Carson, I suggest that you confine yourself to questions, not opinions.
Very well, my lord. Did you know, Mr. Wilde, that Taylor, Atkin, and Parker had been arrested in a raid on a house in Fitzroy Square?
Yes, I read about that.
You know that they were charged with felonious practices.
I understand that the magistrate dismissed the charge.
About the young man Granger. Have you ever dined with him?
No, never.
But you know him.
Yes, he was a manservant at Lord Alfred's house in Oxford.
So you saw him on several occasions?
I stayed in the house on several occasions. Granger waited at table.
Did you ever kiss him, Mr. Wilde?
Oh, dear, no. He was extremely ugly.
Is that the reason you did not kiss him?
Mr. Carson, you're very insolent.
Did you say that you never kissed him?
It's a foolish question.
Then why, sir, did you mention that this boy was extremely ugly?
I don't know why I mentioned that he was ugly, except that you stung me with your insolent remark and the insulting way you've treated me during this hearing.
Why did you mention his ugliness?
It was simply that I...
Why? I didn't kiss Granger because he was ugly.
I
That's quite untrue.
my lord. My learned friend is putting words into the witness's mouth.
The witness is putting words into his own mouth.
I object,
I
Mr.
will not
my
have
lord.
this brawling between counsel.
If I may say so, my lord, my learned friend has no right to make suggestions of a certain behavior with a group of persons not represented in this court and whose evidence we have not heard.
But you will hear it, Sir Edward. It's my intention to produce every one of the persons mentioned here just now in this courtroom tomorrow morning. Wood, Parker, Atkin, Granger, and Taylor will relate their loathsome experiences at the hands of the witness.
By your own admission, a group of blackmailers and police suspects, sir.
Nevertheless, they'll be here to give their testimony, a testimony that will prove my client's plea of justification beyond any possible shadow of a doubt.